Good evening, YouTube. So anyways, this weekend's project, sorry, the lighting in here is like really terrible for some reason. I think it's a CFL bulb and it's still warming up, you know, we just turned her on, so it's just warming up. But anyways, for the past like couple months I've been working on rewiring my house. I kind of put it on hold because, you know, as you start eliminating the old circuits, you lose stuff, you know, because like back then they didn't really think anything about it and just like, they're like, well, let's put these 10 bedrooms and all the lights on one circuit and call it a day, you know. But it's not how I roll. So when I eliminate a circuit, then we'll lose, you know, lights here and there. And it was really cold out, and I didn't feel like getting up in the attic to redo the lighting circuit. So we put the wiring project on hold. Now I think I waited a little bit too long. I was just up in the attic earlier, and it's getting toasty up there again. So anyways, so far I've gotten done the 3 bedrooms in the house, all the outlets. I'll let you see. You know, and I kind of went nuts, but all new outlets, and that one there is actually a designated 20 amp outlet, so you can put an air conditioner in there, and it's on its own circuit. So each room has 2 separate circuits. You know, the AC circuit, and then the rest of the outlets are all in one circuit. I added a closet light switch, and there was already a light in there, but I had a pull string and I didn't like that, so I put a switch. The original box was right here, and there was, you know, there's a stud here and a stud here, so I couldn't fit in the double gang box, so I just moved it over, and then I put some masking tape over here. Real professional, you know. But anyways, so this way we have, you know, one for the light and one for the fan. It's really nice. It's good to have. In the MB, the master bedroom, I really went nuts. Alright, we got the triple gang box, you know, light, fan, closet light. I got an outlet here. Behind the nightstand, there's actually, each of us have our own quad box. We got 4 outlets right by the bed. Outlet there. Got an outlet on this wall behind the TV. Outlet on that wall behind the TV. We got an outlet here. An outlet here. And this one here, this is where it gets complex, okay? The top is a designated 20 amp circuit for an AC. The bottom is what's called a holiday circuit, and that ties in with the outlet under that window, or either the top or the bottom, I can't remember, of that window, and it's all going to be on one switch. So every window on the front of the house, and this one here because it's kind of like the front side, are going to have a holiday outlet. You flip one switch, they all come on. So that way, you know, you can put like a decorative hanging thing, or like, you know, people like to put them candle things in the window. You put them in, plug it in, you know, and then you go, oh, it's Christmas time, boom, flip a switch, they all come on. So anyways, got an outlet here. I think there's an outlet here. Then there's an outlet underneath this window. Actually, it's right there. And then the quad box over here. I think there's a total of like 12 outlets in this tiny little room. So anyways, like I said, definitely went a little bit overkill. But it's like I said to one of my coworkers once, when have you ever gone into a room and been like, man, there are so many outlets in this room? Never. It's always, you know, where can I plug my phone in? So anyways, that's pretty much where I left off. It's time to put this project back in motion. There was all these outlets in this room were on one circuit except for one, which is also like the main hub for the bathroom and the garage power. So I left that one alone, but now that I'm sheetrocking the ceiling in the garage, I kind of need to get this outlet done, and so that means I have to redo the bathroom and run a temporary line out to the garage until I get that temporary panel set up. So anyways, here's what we're going to be working on. This box here, 3 different Romexes coming in here. The newer one goes into the bathroom. It goes up to the light fixture, and then one of them goes to the basement or the garage, which is below us, and the other one is the feed into all this. The new Romex goes up to this light fixture, which I took that down the other day doing some investigating, and oh my gosh, there's not even a box there. They just crammed the wires back through the back of the light fixture and wire nutted them together. Good enough, you know. Yeah. Anyways, so then from there there's a switch leg that goes up through the attic and down into here. And the fan also hasn't worked in here since I redid this, because for some reason or another they decided when they put the fan in that they were going to feed it from the closet light on the other side of the hallway. Hire an electrician, folks. Anyways, so we're going to fix that. We're going to put in a triple gang box. There's going to be vanity light, and then there's going to be the bath fan light, and then the bath fan itself. Going to replace this 1960s looking thing. Put something a little more modern in here. Something that'll really blow the fart smell out of here, because we don't like it when the bathroom stinks. And decided I'm going to add an outlet here, you know, so that way when you're sitting on the toilet you can plug your phone in, you know, because that was really inconvenient when you had to plug it in over here. But anyways, we're going to replace this GFI, put in a nice pretty white one. My mother-in-law's been bothering me ever since we bought the house. Every time she hears, she brings up the fact that we still have these cream colored outlets. You know, I'm working on it. So anyways, brand new white GFI. I'm gonna have a white GFI down here, and that's pretty much it. That's my weekend plans. So yeah, I've already started on this. I had a little boo-boo. I was trying to find the stud, you know, and I used the old knocking trick, and I thought I was past it, because I thought that looks like a screw hole there, or a screw. So anyways, I wasn't, so I made a little hole, so I'm going to have to patch that, paint it. And so I cut out my hole, I drilled a hole in the basement, ran my wire, and for this outlet, I'm running it on a 15 amp circuit, because I'm going to run it into this GFI, and all my lighting circuits are 15 amp. So from here it's going to go over up to the light box, and then to the lights. So I'm going to take and first things first, make sure that this is dead. Not getting any readings. It's obviously dead. So now, this is an old metal box, original to the house. So there's usually a metal clamp, which someone has already loosened that one up. You can go ahead and chop all these wires out here, just to get them out of your way. So this is in the basement side. Here you can see there's that return air duct. You got your hot and cold water. That water line goes up into a T and then goes over to the toilet. And then there's the drain line that I could feel up in there. And the wire for this circuit is out in the garage. You can see the old wire. That's the wire that used to feed that outlet. So somewhere in there is the wall, and I either have to bring that wire on this side of that sheetrock that I put in, or drill a hole at an angle from the outside, so we'll figure that out. Alright, so we're on the outside now. There's my sewer line I did a couple weeks ago, and if you look, I patched this hole back in. So there's that drain line, and if I look up in there I can actually see up inside the wall, so I could probably go up through this hole, but I'd have to kind of fish it over. And there's like a stud, but it's laying flat against the wall in there. Either that or it's been trimmed out so that they could fit that drain line around it. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole right about in there, kind of at an angle. Get it up into the wall. Safety shields. Whoop. Uh-oh, we got water. And that, my friends, is how you turn a simple project into an all-day event. So it looks like I hit a water line. Yeah, so now I have a little bit more of a mess on my hands than I originally set out to have. So yeah, I picked the wrong spot to drill in, and drilled directly into my cold water line, which feeds up. And it's actually the line that I was talking about. Hold on. There we go. So you can see the line here, it's got some corrosion on it. You can see that drain line that I was telling you about up there. Basically there's a T right about here on that cold water line that goes over to the toilet, somewhere over here. And I took off the trim so you could see a little bit better. You can see the marks that the drill bit made. There's my two wires coming up through. So yeah, so now somehow I have to figure out how to cut that water line and put I'll probably end up using a shark bite fitting. So I'll probably have to run down to Lowe's, get a shark bite 1/2 inch to pex, and remove this piece of copper and replace it with pex. Alright, so it's all back together. So just like I said, got a shark bite fitting. See the copper, cut the line off, sanded it down a little with some emery cloth. And that goes into a piece of pex, goes down through the hole. So the water's back on. I don't see any leaking. So now we can get back to the task at hand, and we'll worry about this trim later. I ended up having to take the trim off in the bathroom as well and blow a hole in the sheetrock there too, just because it was a lot closer on that side. It was right up against the back of the sheetrock, so I needed to. It made it a lot easier. So I was editing the footage from like weeks ago, and I realized I busted through the water line. I never gave like a finished video. The bathroom, so as you can see behind me here, we got the triple gang box in the wall. We got the vanity light here, the shower light, and the shower fan. Listen to that baby. We ended up going with one of these fancy looking suckers. Yeah. I like the noise it makes when it comes on. So yeah, the bathroom's done. Same vanity light. Got my new 20 amp. I haven't tested this. Well, I haven't tested this yet this week, so there's my 20 amp and my 15 amp GFI down here. That one works as well. Then in the other room here, this is gonna make me real embarrassed because I still haven't fixed the trim in here, and it's been literally like a month. But either way, there's that outlet. And I don't think it's leaking. But yeah, I kind of went beast mode, you know, because I was like, dang it, the water's got to be turned back on, and you know, we can't flush the toilet, we can't use the sink in there. So I just went beast mode and just like started ripping the trim out instead of like nicely taking it out so I could reuse it. So I'm gonna have to go get some new trim and replace it. But yeah, everything's back on, and that means that from the end of this hallway back, the house has been rewired with the exception of this hallway light, and I plan on adding a receptacle in the hallway. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.